first sight for the season of the playing through champions Wanganui. They had a heck of a year last year, playing Wairarapa Bush today to open up the season.
Perfect weather for rugby.
This is the Bruce Steele Memorial Cup that's played for between Wanganui, Wairarapa Bush and Horowhenua Kapiti every year.
Repeat of last year's Meads Cup semi-final. This Wanganui, as you mentioned, unbeaten right throughout, and they beat, of course, Bulla in the epic final on this ground, 20 points to 18.
Kumbuna Navanua. He's a strong, dangerous runner, and they've put players in space. And Timothy Serawalu goes in for the first try for Wanganui.
Gee, they can play with width, they can counter. We talk about often that transition from defence to attack. And Wanganui, as defending champs, can do all of that.
A show and a go from Craig Clare. Piriwipu at halfback for Wairarapa Bush, and now charge down's given the chance. Lovely bounce, and away he goes. Chris Raymond looks for and finds support in the winger Iwi, and Iwi goes over under the posts. Little bit of fortune, but good work from Chris Raymond.
He pounced on it, didn't he? The open side flank up. Raymond, I thought he was going to hear across to that left-hand corner. Ran out of gas, didn't he? Wanganui have that sort of multiple-faceted game too, Mace. With the width we talked about and that transition, but gee, they can pick and drive when they have to.
Wide again. He's already got one try now. He's got two. Serawalu, big, strongly built man. Over he goes for his second.
Yeah, Wanganui not pushing up. They're pushing, then going across. Got to keep attacking and keep running at Wanganui. Try and cut down that time and space.
Serawalu again, having a nightmare protecting him. Clare gets into space, looks around, who's going to help him out? Doesn't matter, I don't think. He's not going to need our help. Craig Clare goes in under the sticks.
Yep, the 10 was starting to look around for support pretty early on around that 50-metre line, wasn't he? But he didn't. He just kept running a straight line. Wairarapa Bush, kept running off him. And he got a beautiful try. Kicks plenty of goals too.
Yep,
Craig
there's
Clare.
another one, and it's 30-7 at half-time. 30 points to 7 at the break. Wanganui ahead of Wairarapa Bush. Goodness me.
You talked about the Bruce Steele Memorial Cup before the game, and quite remarkably, since 1971, when it was first contested, Wairarapa Bush have never beaten Wanganui.
That's a heck of a long
Wairarapa
time.
Bush have been some great teams over that era.
And Wanganui's had some pretty good ones in recent times, much more recent times, I guess you'd say. Here he goes again, look out. And backing up on the inside and scoring a terrific try. It's the halfback, Lindsay Horrocks.
Gee, this is only game one, but boy, aren't the defending champions looking good. And remember, this is a Wanganui side without that inspirational skip from a few years ago. Pete Rowe, this Piriwipu.
Yeah, that's...
unfortunately leaves the field, getting attended to by the medics.
Looks fairly serious, that. Came off huffing and puffing and not looking at all well. As racing away goes this man Serawalu again. He hasn't got the legs to beat the defence, but he's got the strength to hold them off for a wee while, just long enough for the support players to come. Oh, that's lovely to watch, isn't it? Dumbanese cruises in for the try after all the work that was done by Serawalu.
They are a joy to watch, aren't they? Fijians, from the props right through to the backs. They love their rugby. They're very skillful at their rugby, and it looks like they're going to be a huge asset for Wanganui this year.
Baldwin in his 96th game with a big wide pass. Hello, they're cutting capers in midfield again, and over goes Gilbert. Good support play running that inside line. 56-7, goodness me.
Well, the momentum from that first half where they had that lead at 30 points to 7, they have not taken their foot off the hammer at all. Been a ruthless display actually in the second half. Reserves coming on from Wanganui have kept momentum going.
They have. And speaking of momentum, look at this going through now, the kick and the trace. And who leads the way? Great try. Great try from Dibben. He started it and finished it.
Great pace, great skill too at the end. The bounce, of course, was a little kind to him, but he was in the right position, was Dibben, the right winger. Juggling it with that one hand.
Lovely outlet pass from the replacement halfback, Tom Stewart, as they're starting to run riot in midfield yet again, Wanganui, and that opens up breaks all over the place.
Cole Baldwin out there, he's closing in on 100 games, the replacement hooker.
He's been playing forever.
Oh, gee, look at that offload. Miracle.
Wow, look at that, Angus Middleton. Don't know if he even saw where it came from.
Wairarapa Bush, though, unfortunately just dropping off all of their tackles, aren't they? They're not pushing up like we needed them to do, certainly in the first half. This has been a clinical display by the defending champs.
Wales' conversion is over, and it's 79 points to 7. That's a huge win for Wanganui in their opening match.
This guy went like this, he caught the guy behind.
Hi.
You beat the previous record against Wairarapa Bush of 58 points. How did it feel out there today?
Like I said, we weren't taking anyone too lightly. We just wanted to start the season off real good. We've worked hard pre-season, and we really want to just
Won't do much, obviously, because it's the first round, but the bonus points may well turn out to be important, and they were won by Wanganui, Thames Valley and Mid-Canterbury, with thanks to their try-scoring exploits in round one. West Coast, Horowhenua and Buller also getting the wins. Bonus points to South Canterbury and North Otago as they lost. King Country, East Coast, Poverty Bay and Wairarapa Bush yet to get off the mark. Rugby season. East Coast play Wairarapa Bush next week. They travel away. There's some big games in there. West Coast Buller, that's a big game. North Otago, Mid Canterbury. And what about Thames Valley, Wanganui? Two teams who had big wins because they worked hard and got luckier in the first round of Mainfreight Rugby. Our thanks to all our sponsors on the show. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We'll be back next week with all of the action from the Mitre 10 Heartland Championship on Mainfreight Rugby.